I would like to thank Julia Huffman for her patience and hard work with us this year. I want to thank Ricky Lovern for all of his hard work keeping our mats clean and helping out with the locker room and everything else he does. I want to thank also Larry Harris, and I want to thank Mr. Hyde for his patience with me and his loyal support of the team. I want to thank Coach Carpenter. I love Coach Carpenter. Coach Carpenter is just great at what he does. He is great at what he does because he continues to be a student of the sport, but more importantly because he loves kids and he knows how to reach them. I want to thank Coach Carroll. I love Coach Carroll. Coach Carroll is the perfect role model for anyone who wants to be a successful athlete. He has a great sense of humor, but he also is a no-frills, no-nonsense, hard-nosed, tough hombre who knows how to get his athletes to buy into working hard. And he cares enough about all of our wrestlers that when they need to be praised, he gives them the nod. But when they are falling down on the job, he does not allow them to spew out the hollow excuses. He calls them out and he creates teachable moments. I feel like I am the luckiest coach here at school. I get to go into the Camden room every day and work and learn from two great men who are class acts and always put the kids first in everything they do. Now, for the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about what it means to be a wrestler and then what it means to be an athlete, a basketball player, a field hockey player, a rower, a runner, a baseball player, a soccer player, a squash player, a competitor in volleyball, a swimmer. Everybody starts out in life ordinary. We're all ordinary people. What I find so fascinating and so intriguing about my sport of wrestling is when I go to a gym, a dual meet or a tournament, and I watch somebody put together a series of maneuvers and holds and score point after point and make it look seamless, effortless. It's a symphony of motion. It's beautiful. And I see this person, he or she, make what I know is just incredibly difficult look easy. And I am moved by it. And I jump out of my chair and I say, yes! I am moved because I know that what he did, what she did, may have looked easy, but it really never is easy. I also know the wrestler who just wowed me in the crowd has put in countless hours of just plain, mundane, everyday hard work, getting up at 6 a.m. to go running, getting to practice every day on time, juggling his or her daily academic commitments all season long. At the same time, I recognize the athlete I'm watching out there has had a couple of wrestling partners, his teammates in the room with him every day, pushing him, showing him the areas he has to work on. So the maneuvers and the excellence that I am witnessing also come from a team effort. These magical moments happen in the wrestling room, on the volleyball court, on the field hockey field, in the swimming pool, on the basketball court, on the squash court, on the baseball field, on the pond, on the lacrosse field. I can stand here before all of you today and say unequivocally that Coach Duffy's, Coach Carpenter's, and Coach Carroll's team and wrestlers learned so very much more than just wrestling holds. Our kids learned how to be accountable for their actions. They learned about punctuality, about sportsmanship, about representing their school with class. We had 0 sportsmanship calls against us this year by the referees. 0. And to SAS wrestlers, I love you guys. You guys are the best. In our season, in dual meets, we came out on the other side with a losing record, but by the postseason, your character and your hard work paid off, and you shined in the tournaments, and you took home your share of hardware. But more important than anything, you learned how to work hard. And I had to scribble this on the back of the pitch somewhere because I got to mention some kids here. Okay, Austin Glessner, Alec Hill, Taylor Hennessy were disc champions. Dowdy Rodriguez, Espen Christopherson, Danny DeVoe, Kevin Dowling, and Will Bowditch took a 3rd at the disc. Go ahead. Scream for them. With the new Suprel Fieldhouse ready to go this coming fall, I would like to set forth the challenge to the student body. Our trustees and our alumni have made an extraordinary commitment to you. They have worked extremely hard to provide you with the best facilities and resources that you can become the very best you. Now it is incumbent upon you to give back. I challenge all of you to raise the bar next year. I challenge you to not only be the best scholar you can be, but to be the best scholar athlete you can be, the best scholar musician, the best scholar actor, the best scholar fine artist. Push yourselves. Join the theater, join the squash team, the wrestling team, the basketball team, the rowing team. There are, right now in this audience, 30, give or take a few, 30 dedicated athletes who carry our sports programs. You all know who you are. I challenge you to get out and about the campus and find 30 more kids and convince them to do the same. Raise the bar. Convince 30 more people to work at becoming the very best that they can be. To those of you who love to work out and who have a passion for a particular sport, don't take the winter off. Give back to your community. Join a team. Join an activity and discipline yourself to get that run and that erg in afterwards. You'll be mentally tougher for it, and you'll be a better competitor. Let's stop talking about working hard, and let's raise the bar and work hard. We owe it to our headmaster, the trustees, and the stewards of this great school. And now I'll talk about the 3 award winners. Start off with Austin Glessner. Austin Glessner is the winner of the Most Valuable Wrestler and the Coach's Award for Leadership. Simply put, Austin is the best wrestler to compete for St. Andrews in the past 20 years since Earl Walker won his 2nd state championship in 1990. Oh well, Austin is just really extremely talented, one might say. That has to be the most unfair thing that anyone could say. Austin is the best wrestler to put on a singlet here in the past 20 years because of the years and years since 5th grade, I believe, of showing up to practice, drilling, working on his mistakes, competing, and then doing it all over again. Austin's passion for working hard comes from his awareness that you have to keep learning. Austin has figured out from a very young age that excellence is achieved by being a student of the sport, listening, taking constructive criticism, and working on your weaknesses. When you're done learning, you're done. Austin was an awesome captain because not only was he the perfect role model when it came to putting in the time needed to analyze his mistakes and learn from them, but also because he made his teammates accountable for their learning. He called his teammates out when they needed it, and he took the time to teach them what they needed at that time. He wasn't allowed to compete in the tournament, the state tournament this year, but he was the champion of the St. James Invitational, the champion of the highly competitive Hill Invitational, which had several nationally ranked wrestlers in the tournament, and he was once again for the 3rd year in a row a disc champion. And I loved watching him compete. Austin will be competing next year in the college Division I team, Franklin and Marshall. Taylor Hennessy. Taylor is the recipient of the Coach's Award for Leadership. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, he is the winner of the Most Valuable Wrestler and the Coach's Award for Leadership. Austin Glessner. I don't know if I said that. Okay. Anyway, Taylor Hennessy is the recipient of the Coach's Award for Leadership. Taylor was a lot more vocal in the room this year, but he was still what I call the silent leader of the team. He led by example. Nobody can question his work ethic in wrestling. His workout and drilling partner was Austin Glessner, and these 2 guys pushed each other very hard every practice and made each other better. At the beginning of the season, Taylor began things with a bang. He came right out of the gates with a big tournament championship win at the St. James Invitational. And then in early January, he suffered an injury that pulled him out of the lineup for the entire month of January and the first 2 weeks of February. And this is where he demonstrated the character needed for success in the face of adversity. He hooked up with trainer Al Wood, and he followed the training regimen, and when he re-entered the lineup, he picked up exactly where he left off. He was a disc champion for the 2nd year in a row, and he competed in a very tough weight class to qualify for states, and he is on his way with Alec Hill, who also qualified to compete in the state tournament this weekend. Very few people are able to spend half their season injured and maintain the necessary motivation to continue to train at that level that Taylor trained, and then come back and be successful. He was a great model for the youngsters the younger guys to try to emulate. And now, Danny DeVoe. Here is a young man who just literally burst into the room and began to enjoy success right away. Danny spent the first half of the season on JV, and right from the get-go, we coaches were very excited to have him on the team because he's just the most aggressive, mean little badger with rabies. We've seen in quite a while. What set him apart from most young athletes is his ability to pay attention and learn, and then put in the hard work necessary to jump to the next level. Danny ended the season on the varsity with several wins under his belt, as well as a 3rd place finish at the disc. Great season, and congratulations for the Most Improved Award. And congratulations to you wrestlers, because you guys are the best. And I want to thank you for being part of my life, and it's going to be a great season this season in the field house. And I hope that all of you seniors come back and cheer us on next year in that new field house. Thank you.